Well, hey there, it's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com. I'm really excited to make some birthday cards. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the Woohoo stamp set, the Hooray die, and the super fun color palette, Samba, Fiesta Blue, and Mint to Be. These are all party collection colors. They are all highly saturated colors, very vibrant, and they were all created to go together, so that color coordination is a snap. And first off, I stamped that Mint to Be. And then you might notice between Mint to Be and Fiesta Blue, I didn't wash my stamp off. Of course you can with a damp cloth. It's really easy to do. But when I stamped the Mint to Be, it took off most of the ink and it wasn't left very dirty. And then Fiesta Blue is a darker color and it's around the same color family, so I wasn't really worried about cross-contaminating my colors. Now when I went from Fiesta Blue to Samba, you definitely want to wash your stamp really well then, because you don't want any of that blue to get on the red, especially if you went from red maybe to Mint to Be. Definitely going to want to make sure you take good care of your stamps and clean in between. So the next step, I'm going to stamp that fun little cake in Fiesta Blue. I die cut it first and then I just stamped it right on the die cut. And then we have this cute teeny weensy little candle. So my background is ready, my little die cut is ready. I'm going to work on the sentiment now. So I'm taking the Hooray die and I'm just dabbing it on top of my Wow embossing pad, which is a tacky embossing ink. And then I'm sprinkling Wanderlust embossing glitter on top. So this is a clear glitter with some gorgeous sparkle in it. And then I'm just going to heat it for a minute and it will be shiny and glittery and super party-like, right? So then I'm grabbing some secondary sentiments from the Woohoo stamp set and I'm just stamping them on the bottom. It's your day. And then I'm going to add some Nouveau glue to the word die and just adhere it right over the top of that confetti, and I think it's a really fun look. It's kind of that Hooray is going to be subtle, but super fun. So this is a pretty quick and simple card. Just add that Hooray die on there and then some foam adhesive on the back of the cake to add some fun dimension. Add that little candle on there. I did add a teensy weensy little piece of foam tape on the back of that. It was a little tedious, but I think it was worth it because it pops up off the card and it looks super cute. So just adhere the card layer onto the card base and add a couple Crater Lake sequins and you're done. So the next card is a little bit of an untraditional birthday card and I'm totally in love with it. It's a little bit Miami Vice. So we're going to use the Pineapple and Smile stamp set, the Sprinkles mini cover plate, the circle dies, and the Happy Birthday Sentiment stamp set, which is actually an exclusive stamp set in our shop for our StampNation members. If you are not familiar with StampNation, it is our online community of amazing paper crafters. We have online events, we have exclusive classes, we have early ordering and all kinds of great perks for members, and you can find out more at catherinepooler.com/StampNation. We'd love for you to check us out. So for this card, I'm stamping the pineapple in multiple colors. So Be Mine and the coral. And I did the Be Mine up at the top, and then I went with the coral and the Samba and did like an ombre look. And using the Misty is a great way to get really deep color, because you're seeing here that I'm stamping up multiple times to get that deep, rich shade and make sure that it's all blended nicely. So if you're, adding in multiple colors and it looks sketchy or you see lines, you can just ink it up again and stamp it again until it smooths out for you. So then we're going to do the pineapple topper and the little leafy embellishment on the bottom, and we're going to stamp those in Garden Party and Lime Rickey. And you can see as I stamp this multiple times and add different layers of color, you get a lot of rich depth look there. And I think this turned out absolutely gorgeous. And you can see these are also party colors, just like on the first card. And they are so vibrant and saturated, and they just scream party and summer to me. I am so tickled at how this little pineapple came out stamped. It's just gorgeous. So now I'm going to do a little bit of background stamping on the card base. That Sprinkles mini cover plate, I used the outside of it to die cut the pineapple. So it's a fun little layering piece for your card. You don't have to worry about measurements, and it also has nice rounded corners. That outer die also has a paper piercing around the edge. It has little polka dots all the way around, and it adds great texture to the border. So we're just going to add that onto the front of the card. And then I have this small die cut circle here that I'm going to stamp "It's Your Day." And then I have the sweet die cut. And I thought the white on this bright, vibrant pineapple just looked so nice. And so it says "Sweet, it's your day." So sweet pineapple and sweet, it's your day, it's your birthday. I thought this was a really fun twist, unconventional birthday card, and I can't wait to send it to a friend. So the pineapple piece is up on foam adhesive. So the sweet is going to kind of hit off the side there. So I put a little bit of foam tape on that T, and then just some liquid adhesive on the rest of the sweet, and then liquid adhesive on that circle die. And with that, we're all done with this fun, non-traditional birthday card. So the next card started as 1 and it ended up as 2. So you'll have to leave me a comment and let me know what you think you would have done if you were in my situation during this card. And speaking of cards, this is all birthday card inspiration. And if you are looking for more inspiration, there is a link below in the description on YouTube where you can go download a project guide for 5 more birthday cards. And you will also be added to our newsletter list where we will keep you up to date and share lots of different inspiration for you. And we would love to have you. So this card started out as a little shaker card, just a little shaker element here. So what I did was I took a small circle die and I die cut a white circle, an acetate circle, and then I took the next smaller circle die size and I cut them out inside of each other for the frame. And then I glued the frame to the acetate and then did my foam adhesive all the way around, which created a barrier that will keep these sequins in. And then I'm adding in these Bourbon Street sequins. And then you're gonna add the back on and boom, you have a little shaker element. Isn't it so adorable? I love this. So then we need some other elements for the card. So I thought this fun party banner from our birthday icon stamp set would be perfect to go with the little Bourbon Street shaker bit. I am using my color palette. I'm taking it straight from the Cake and Confetti paper pack. And Pixie Dust, All That Jazz, Be Mine, Coral Cabana. I think I grabbed Limoncello. And all of these are bright, fun, cheerful colors. And I'm just going to color in this banner using my blender pens. They are basically clear markers. You're just going to dip it into your lid where you have extra ink, or you can dip it right on top of your ink pad and then color with it. And then scribble off on scratch paper until it runs clear, and then you can go into the next color. I like to do very minimal shading. I'm not a big colorist. That's why I like images with small little spaces like this. If you give me a space that's too big to color in, I'm going to struggle a little bit. But little areas like this are pretty relaxing and fun for me to color. And you can see on this little banner here, I just added a little bit of extra shading on the left-hand side, just made it a little darker, just to add some interest and fun. I'll color that last little flag in with Pixie Dust, and then I'm going to do the happy birthday with Be Mine ink. And after this was all said and done, you can see my stamping is a little bit offset. I didn't get it stamped really that well. The banner, I felt like I was okay with it. It didn't really bother me that it was offset like that, but the happy birthday banner ended up kind of bugging me a bit. So the top of that banner isn't even stamped on the die cut. So I went ahead off camera and stamped and die cut and colored that in again. So it looks a little better the second time around. So now I'm going to take some Cake and Confetti patterned paper. I love this All That Jazz pattern with the stars. It's so adorable. And then a little strip of the balloon paper and the banner and the little shaker element with the happy birthday. Lots of layering going on here. I think it's really cute. Little liquid glue to adhere that, and then I'm going to cut a banner end into that strip. If you want to make a banner freehand, all you have to do is cut a straight line up from the center and then go from the corner to the top of the straight line from each end, each corner, and you'll have a nice even banner end. So I'm assembling all of these pieces on here, and I thought, you know, I want a little bit of a stamping in the background here. So I grabbed some of the stars from the Birthday Icons stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp a few in limoncello. And then I'm going to layer everything back on and adhere it. And then in the end, I felt like this looked really super busy. And now that I'm doing this voiceover and editing and looking at this card, I actually think it's really cute. And I think maybe I should have left it. But I didn't. I took that shaker element off and the banner element off, and I decided to make a whole new card with it. So you remember the sprinkles mini cover plate that I used on the pineapple card? That comes into play again. So this time I took the inside and the outside. So I cut a layer and then I cut the sprinkles detail out. And I thought this was a really, really cute textural element here. I love the white on white on white with all that texture, and then the pop of color from the banner and the pop of color from the little shaker bit. And I was really happy with this card. I felt like this right here is my kind of card. Lots of white, pops of color, some pattern in there, sequins. I mean, it has all the perfect elements to it. So once I have all of the pieces adhered together, here is the final result. Leave me a comment. I want to know what you think. Did you like the original card? Do you like this one better? Would you have left it, or would you have taken it apart and done what I did? So now I have a card base with some fun patterned paper on it that needs to be finished. So I stamped and die cut the balloons from the Birthday Icon stamp set, and then I'm just going to color them in with the same color palette that I used on the previous card. And of course, these all coordinate with that patterned paper, and I'm just doing a little bit of shading on each balloon. And then I made a mistake. I did not have a clean blender pen, and I dipped it into my Fiesta blue, and it was like a muddy color. So I was being lazy. I didn't want to, well, not only was I being lazy, but I liked how my other two balloons came out. So I didn't want to do them all over again. So I thought, hey, here's an opportunity for embellishment. So I stamped that balloon again, and then I'm just coloring it in with Fiesta blue ink. And then I'm just going to cut this balloon out. So I'm just going to use my cutter bee scissors. They're really sharp edged all the way down to the point, and I really like them. And I'm going to add this right on top of the first balloon. So just die cut those balloons, added the cutout balloon on top with a little bit of foam tape, and no one would know that I was trying to cover up a mistake. And I have to laugh here. You can see some light on my hand there and up in the right hand corner of the screen. It is afternoon now in my video. I started this video in the morning, and it's now the afternoon, and there is light sunshine coming in from my window and hitting right onto my stamping desk. So then to finish this card off, I thought a nice big white circle would be nice. The first card I felt like was too busy and had too much going on, so I think this white circle piece helps kind of break it up and ground it. It's also a really great place for your sentiment. So celebrate your day. I'm going to stamp that in Midnight ink. I had a little bit of stamping user error here, so I just grabbed my Micron pen and finished out the little bottom of the R on your, and then day. Then I'm going to grab those balloons and adhere everything together. So just a little Nuvo liquid glue on that circle, adhere it to the front of the card, and then add the balloon cluster. Definitely need to add some party sequins on here, so I'm going to grab Bourbon Street. These were created to coordinate with this patterned paper pack, so they go perfectly, and I don't know what screams party, but these bright colors and these little star sequins in there. Just add a couple to that card, and we're all done. So there is card number 4. What inspired you from this video? What design elements will you take into your next card making session? And tell me what you would have done about my dilemma at the end here with the too busy card. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you again soon.